You will need to stand your WaterRower up to do this. Unclip the bungee from the belt. While the WaterRower is standing up, you can access the 5mm Allen key which is housed underneath the rear spacer in the bungee pod. You will need the Allen key to remove the bolts. Remove the tank stopper. Using the hand siphon pump, place the straight end of the pump into the tank and the flexible tube into the bucket. Ensure the white cap is tight. Pump a few times with your hand and water will begin to flow out of the tank and into the bucket. You may need to tilt the tank to the side to access the leftover water. Pull the handle smoothly and gently until the Velcro comes undone around the clutch and the strap is free. Using the 5mm Allen key, undo 6 bolts. First, the 2 handle rest bolts on the top of the footboard. Second, the 4 footboard and rail bolts on each side. Use the Allen key to remove the inner bolt. Each bolt is a pair, male and female bolt. Remove the footboard. Undo the 4 bolts holding the metal bracket of the forward riser to the front of each rail. This again is the male and female pair of bolts. The entire tank assembly is now free to be removed from the rails. Before we remove the tank assembly, first undo the 4 tie rods on the forward riser joining the top and bottom deck. These 4 tie rods have a barrel nut into which they screw and are housed in each deck. Carefully separate the 2 halves of the tank. A flat-edge screwdriver or chisel can be used to separate the 2 halves. Gently tap the underside edge of the seam where you see the glue and slowly work around the tank. Once the 2 halves are apart, peel or rub off the old adhesive residue. Use cleaning alcohol to clean the edges and inside of the tank. Gather all materials to re-glue the tank. You will need a caulking gun. Assemble the applicator tip and insert the adhesive cartridge into the caulk gun as shown in the picture. Turn the top half of the tank upside down onto a level surface. Fit the 2 halves together, making sure the 2 halves are fully engaged and level. Before you begin the gluing process, make sure you have everything ready and you are able to continue without disturbance. The reason being, the glue sets fairly quickly. Rest the tip of the applicator on the underside edge of the seam and mark a starting point. Using the caulking gun, apply the adhesive evenly and smoothly into the seam. You may find it helpful to have someone work with you to gently rotate the tank as you continue to apply the adhesive. It may take several rotations of the tank for the adhesive to completely fill the seam. Wipe away any drips of glue with a clean cloth. Allow 4 hours for the adhesive to set. Replace the tank assembly. Place the tank assembly back onto the rails. Replace the forward riser. Using the 4 tie rods and barrel nuts to reattach the forward riser. 2 are for the bottom deck and 2 are for the top deck. Insert a tie rod through one of the lower holes in the forward riser. Place one of the barrel nuts with the slotted or grooved end facing up, with the hole facing forwards, into the corresponding hole in the bottom deck. You may need to use your finger to ensure the barrel nut lines up with the bottom tie rod. Repeat with the other side. Keep these bottom tie rods loose. Now insert the top tie rods. Use your finger to align the barrel nut with the groove side down and hole facing forwards into the corresponding hole underneath the top deck. Thread the tie rod through but keep it loose. Once all 4 tie rods are in position, you can now tighten them. Replace the male and female connecting bolts joining the metal bracket to the front of the rail. The easiest way is to insert the female nut through each bracket hole to line the holes up. Tighten each pair. Use the male and female pairs to connect the footboard bracket to the rail. Replace the handle rest bolts. At the end of the strap opposite to the handle, and with the Velcro side facing down, slide the strap over the top pulley and under the top deck. The strap slides through the 2 guide pulleys, and the Velcro end attaches onto the monitor side of the clutch. This is the right side as if you're sitting on the rower. Pull the recoil strap to wrap the handle strap around the clutch. Wind the handle, or what we call drive strap, all the way so the handle slides all the way to the front pulley. Position the recoil strap through the 2 guide pulleys, over the small lower pulley and under the pulley near the forward riser bracket. Stand the machine up and reclip the bungee cord to the recoil belt. Refill your tank with water. Remember to not go above the level 19 on the level gauge sticker.